on, Dolphins? It's your boy Dillon, and welcome to Dolphins with Dillon. I'm coming to you today for a couple reasons. Got a couple quick, interesting pieces of news and notes for you. Also, there was a press conference done with Adam Gase today, so I'll bring that to you so you can hear what he had to say. But getting right into it, there's this there's a Bleacher Report article, and it's about, the biggest takeaways from every team's cut down days and so on and so forth. And so for us, this is really not a big surprise. Miami Dolphins, they're still unsure about their quarterbacks. And for good reason. Starter Ryan Tannehill hasn't played a regular season game in 21 months. While backups Brock Osweiler and David Fales drew criticism from head coach Adam Gase for their performances in August. Osweiler outplayed Fales in the preseason finale Thursday in Atlanta, but the Dolphins still opted to keep both players on the 53-man roster. You get the feeling they don't trust any of their quarterbacks, which could mean more moves are coming. You know how I feel. You guys know how I feel. That is ridiculous. Tannehill's the man. He's going to be the shit. That's not even a problem. And frankly, like I said, I don't care about the backup quarterback position this year. We can get, a developmental guy in next year's draft. Fine. But Tannehill's going to rock out. He's going to kick ass. Plus, there actually is some interesting quarterback news that I'll get to in a minute. Anyway, other notable moves. Cut cornerback Tony Lippett, who started 13 games and intercepted 4 passes in 2016, but had his 2017 campaign derailed by an Achilles injury. Cut tight end Gavin Escobar, a 2013 second-round pick in Dallas, who was part of the competition at that position. And cut linebacker Terrence Garvin, who played in 15 games for the Seattle Seahawks last season. From Pro Football Talk, Adam Gase, plan is to keep 3 quarterbacks all year. The Dolphins kept both Brock Osweiler and David Fales as backup quarterbacks on their initial 53-man roster, and Coach Adam Gase said Sunday that he doesn't anticipate dropping either one from the roster if the team moves to add players at other positions. Gase said that the plan is to have both Osweiler and Fales, each of whom played for Gase with other teams, behind Ryan Tannehill all season. It's one of the most important positions in football. We wanted to make sure we have the right guy, Gase said via Adam Beasley of the Miami Herald. Gase did not specify which of the quarterbacks would come into a game in the event Tannehill needs to come out. He said the order on the depth chart changes day to day. Wait though. We're getting there. Hold on. Check this out. From Adam Schefter, the Dolphins claimed quarterback Luke Falk off waivers from the Titans. He was actually a really intriguing prospect coming out of this year's draft that a lot of people thought if we didn't take a quarterback in the early rounds, we might snag him up in the mid to late rounds. And it looks like we didn't even need to do that. So see, here's the thing, right? Obviously, Luke Falk didn't make their cut. I know they got Mariota. I'm not sure off the top, who the backups are. Obviously, I'll do some more research and stuff preparing for this upcoming game. I'm gonna watch I'll at least watch the condensed versions of their preseason game 3 so I can study up on them a little bit and everything. But anyway, so that's interesting. We didn't have to take anybody though. We were able to get all these really great players. Minka, Gesicki, and Baker are all expected to start this year. Kalen Ballage is expected to perform and do some stuff. Jason Sanders is starting this year, so that's 4 starters right off the bat from this draft class. And then, like I said, Ballage is supposed to be able to contribute and expected to contribute this year. Cornell Armstrong's still on the roster. They like his potential and stuff like that. Durham Smythe is expected to contribute. So, there's definitely there's some intrigue there, and there was good reason in my mind not to take a quarterback. Everybody was like, take a quarterback. But look, see, we didn't even have to. We can end up, we ended up getting one of the guys that we really liked through the waiver wire without having to waste one of those draft picks. We get him for free, essentially. If, obviously we got to pay him something, but I mean, it's marginal at best. And then also we have also claimed former Seahawks and Saints wide receiver Tanny McAvoy. So just a couple interesting news and notes. He's 6'6", so he's a big receiver. That's we obviously, they wanted some more depth at the receiver position when it came to like big guys, because most of our guys are smaller, faster, and whatever. So having another big guy in there is really good as well. Anyway, so also we have signed Asiata, guard Isaac Asiata, to the practice squad. It looks like Quentin Poling, the rookie linebacker that we cut, looks like he's going to be going on the practice squad. It looks like Texans have claimed Buddy Howell, so unfortunately we will not be able to retain him. Looks like offensive tackle Eric Smith is also going to go to the practice squad. Alright guys, so that looks like that's probably about all the news and notes and stuff that I got for you for right now. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and bring you Adam Gase's interview that he did today, his press conference. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. Very important. Also very important, share it with your friends. Help us grow. Let's continue to grow. We are growing. I'm just beginning. So it's kind of slow. Obviously that's to be expected, but it's picking up little at a time. So let's keep this going. Let's try and get up to 100 subscribers. I'm at 24 or something like that. So let's get to 100 and then we'll go from there. So like I said, hit the like button, subscribe it, leave questions, comments, all that good stuff. And I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. I'll see you guys soon. Fins up.
Job.
Yeah.
We'll find out soon what happens.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you maximize that?
Yeah, I think so. With practice and preseason games, yeah, I think so.
Do you have any idea which way this leads?
No, I have no idea.
I guess what's the next 48 hours like for you?
Just wait. Yeah.
What's this process like, just the waiting?
I mean, it's stressful, but this is my 5th time through it, so you kind of know, and it's, yeah, I mean, you just want to know right away, so it's tough.
Do you have a routine, like keep your phone by you and all that?
Yeah, you always got to keep your phone by you. Stay close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not going on vacation tomorrow then?
No.
Have you usually known what was going to happen in that situation? Or have
you never
been
know.
wrong?
No, yeah, you never know. Like, I mean, last year I thought at this time I played really well, and you kind of hope you're thinking, but you never know. Never know.
I hinted at it for the last 9 months, but we didn't pick up on it. But really, at the end of the day, we talk about that being one of the most important positions in professional football, and our thought process is we're going to try to develop guys and get them ready to go, and if we ever have any situation where we need the next guy to get up, we want to make sure that we have the right guy. We're going to keep working with the 2 guys we got.
You anticipate keeping all 3 guys all year?
Yeah.
Adam, when you look at the 53, what do you see now?
Kind of what we envisioned. I mean, this is, we've gotten to this point fairly healthy. We've had a couple, losing Mike for a little bit, Hall. That kind of stings us. We had a good plan going into the training camp with him to make sure that, he stayed healthy, and get him ready for a big year of special teams and just have him ready to go at linebacker. And, losing him in that preseason game, that stung a little bit because he's an impact player for us in special teams. But for the most part, we're going into the season healthy, and I like where our team's at right now.
Adam, who's a player yesterday where you just really had to grit your teeth and let him go even though you didn't want to?
I mean, it's hard on all of them. Every guy you talk to, it's just not a fun part of the job.
Particular guy, though, talent-wise or personnel-wise, fit any of the
I mean, it's hard to think like that at that point. It's just that those guys have been working here since April, even longer. Some guys have been here multiple years. it just makes it really hard.
I guess we'll see when you release the depth chart, but do you have a number 2 and a number 3 in mind at quarterback?
Yeah, we'll kind of see. Might be an or, and we'll see.
With the decision for Tony Lippett versus Cornell Armstrong, what went into the thought process there?
That one. It was we went off of basically what we felt like the performance was this training camp. Some people might disagree. We felt like that's where we were at right now. We wanted to keep those guys, and maybe it was time for us to part ways with Tony. And I mean that wasn't fun, just because history of being here together and being a Michigan State guy as well. Just I'm always going to be pulling for him, and if he ends up back here at some point, all for it. It's just that's where we're at.
How close is it between Osweiler and Fales?
It's pretty. I mean, it's day to day. I mean, I feel like it goes back and forth. It's one of those things. It's just who has the best protection on that particular night. It seems like that guy has a good night in preseason, and it's really that's what's always going to make it tough of who's the backup, because you're guessing a little bit.
Is that good? Is it bad for you?
It makes it hard, but if it was easy, more people would do it, I guess.
What did Isaac Alziada not do that,
He's a young player. There's some things that we just, I mean, if he ends up back here, practice squad, and who knows, in 2 weeks, maybe he's up. I mean, you never know. And I think we made some strides, but this year we really, the numbers that we kept and, having 2 tackles that we feel good about, that one that we feel like can play guard too if we needed to, that was kind of the direction we went. And I think he's getting better. I do think he got better during this preseason and this training camp. And it's just the numbers got tight.
The decision to go with 5 wide receivers, was there one close to making that 6th spot, or was it pretty clear?
I mean, it's always close. It's just you have to look at big picture. But I think the 5 guys we got, I like that group.
The Carew time here, is there anything that comes to mind and why you fell short here?
Well, I mean, you just never know how the rest of this is going to play out, just especially with the way practice squad is nowadays. And, you have those exemptions to where guys that have actually played could be back. And I think it was just it's a tough room to crack. I mean, those guys that we have right now, I think Jakeem's really found something to where he's contributing on offense, and we really like him at the spot he's been playing. I think moving him outside last year was huge for us and for him, and he feels comfortable, and those corners are not happy to see him because of his speed, and he's making plays, and he's getting better at catching the ball consistently. I think that makes it tough when before it was like 3 guys and we're always looking for that 4th and 5th. Now it's legit. You got 5 guys that you feel really good about.
How do you feel about this team and what its strengths are at this point?
I like our team. I like the fact that I think we're a team. That's the best part about our what we have going on right now is that locker room. I like where those guys are at, and I'm not really worried about what anybody else thinks about that, because when you're not there every day and around these guys and watch them work, watch them in meetings, watch them at practice, you don't know. You look at a piece of paper. That's why they play the games.
How likely is it that 2 receivers will practice this week, Devontae Parker and Jakeem Grant?
I don't know. I'm not there yet.
With the Ted Larson's injury, where's his status?
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
He's cleared for play.
Yeah. No, we'll be good. We're good there. It was. We probably got scared more than anything. I know it looked bad the way he went down. I know I was sitting there going that this is perfect about this time of the year, where it's the last day you're going overstee and you have one of those kind of injuries. But as he said, it's a good thing he has tree trunks for legs.
Do you anticipate, I guess, Hull and Brindle moving to an IR or something?
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a few hours. So.
Adam, you mentioned the respect that Kendall Langford has in the building. Was there anything else he could have done? Was it just
I think it's tough because I think Vincent is playing really well. I mean, you guys have probably noticed him a lot. It seems like he's in the mix so much. It's hard for him. In D tackle, sometimes it's hard to notice, and I feel like he shows up a lot. And I think it was a tough ask of him coming in preseason 2, getting thrown into a game, trying to battle as hard as he could for 2 weeks. I mean, it's just one of those situations. Wish we would have had him in the spring and started from there, and to where he could learn all the techniques and what they were asking on defense. I think the timing was just not great for him, and everything was so fast, and all of a sudden then we're cutting the team.
So Larson, the backup center, and
We got a couple options. You just got to watch at practice. You know this?
when are you practicing?
I don't know. Wednesday?
At tight end, has Mike come far enough? Is Mike reliable now to start, or if not start, whatever?
He's gonna play.
Role like that?
He's gonna play. We're gonna have a mix of packages and things that we're gonna do, and we have a plan. I mean, this isn't a hobby. We're not just gonna throw it out there. We got an idea what we're doing.
But has he come far enough that you trust him in those
I
spots?
trust him a lot.
Having two rookie tight ends impact you, feeling like you had to go 4 at that
No,
position?
that was the plan the whole time.
With Sonora's Perry, what did he do to sort of solidify himself in his standing with the team?
Well, he's an outstanding special teams player. I know Rizzy, he's one of those guys Rizzy's glad he has. And he has been as consistent as I've ever seen him at running back. He doesn't make any mistakes. He runs hard. He can do every phase that we're asking him to do in the whether it's pass pro, receiving, running the ball. I mean, he has a great grasp of the offense right now. It's great for me to see 3 years in this offense. He's gotten better and better, and just getting to see him develop. I'm happy for him, and I love the fact that he's an impact player for us in special teams.
Can you talk about what it's like with 1,100 players released? It must be mind-boggling to go through each one. I know the scouting department, personnel department, but you've got to look at each one and say, is he better than the guy I have at that position?
Yeah, that's the good thing is our pro guys do a great job of keeping up throughout spring, summer, training camp I mean, they listen to everything everybody's saying. Everybody's got different teams, and they kind of are able to project. And if somebody gets cut free, is flagged, and we have an idea. And it just kind of shortens everything up for us instead of going through there that night. I mean, there's a little bit of a progression there to where those guys prepare, and I mean, it moves quick. Like, they do a great job to where, right away when everything starts coming out, they're in your office like, all right, this guy, or this guy, for this spot, and you start talking options. I mean, everything moves real quick. Time goes fast, though. I know that. And next thing you know, it's really late at night, and you blinked your eyes.
I asked you going into the Carolina exhibition game, did you have an identity? Do you have an offensive identity? Now you're headed into the regular season. What is this team's identity?
I think it's going to take the progression of the season to really to label it. I mean, you're going to have to play games, real games, meaningful games, and to really figure it out. I have an idea, but that doesn't mean anything until we really play in games that matter, and you get behind and you have adversity, and that's when you're going to really find out who you are as a team. But like I said, I have an idea of what I think what we are and who we are, but really we have to prove it.
Does it mean anything to you that you kind of led the league in rushing most of the preseason?
I mean, I'm all for anything good when it comes to runnings, penalties. I'm fired up about that. That seemed to be a topic of conversation all training camp. I know it's probably my fault, but I'm glad the guys responded to that. We had a great point of emphasis on certain things. I thought the guys did a great job, and now going into the season, we have to make sure that we continue doing some of the things we were doing.
So today, there are 32 coaches that like their teams, including you. Did you like your team on the first day after cutdown day last year? And so what's the difference?
I wish I could remember that day, because I feel like I don't exactly remember what I truly felt that moment, because I know we were dealing with a lot of things between Ryan, Ted. I think we were just informed that there was a possibility that like a hurricane could hit. I just feel like there was a lot of other things that were going on besides just us cutting down our team. You know, it's a different feel for me, I think, in year 3, because you've experienced so many. It feels like a lot of things have happened over the last 2 years, and it's good or bad. It's been great learning experiences for everybody in the organization, and I feel like this year, you know, we have a really good understanding of who we are, what our locker room is, our players. I like where our health is. You know, I feel like it puts us in good position to start moving towards this season and kind of see what happens.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the interviews. I hope you enjoyed the show. And as always, if you did, please hit the subscribe button, you know, share it with your friends, post on Facebook, you know, whatever. Hit the like button, and definitely leave me some comments, questions, concerns, anything you'd like to see or hear in the videos, you know, stuff like that. So definitely let me know. And of course, the most important thing is subscribe. So with that said, I'll see you guys soon, and fins up.